What's up, guys? Game Nut here, and welcome back to some more Madden 16 Ultimate Team. And today for you guys, I have nothing but gameplay lined up into this episode. If you guys remember last episode, we had a massive team update, which pretty much took up the entire length of the video. We only had one gameplay at the very end, and it was very short due to the fact that my opponent rage quit very early on into that game. So I decided to change things up, and in this video, go ahead and put a bunch of gameplay for you guys to enjoy instead of team updates. But of course, as you guys can see on your screens, we did get one new player to the team, and that is 88 overall Football Outsiders DeAndre Hopkins. The way that I got this guy was, you guys all know the gold upgrade player set. Basically, you add 7 silver players to this set, you get yourself a gold player with that chance of getting an elite, and it just so happened for me that I ended up getting an elite, and it was Football Outsiders DeAndre Hopkins, and I decided to go ahead and add him to the lineup. Now, looking forward on the defensive side of the ball, one additional player as well, Terry Poe. If you guys missed our last pack opening, basically got that guy out of those packs and decided to slap him into the lineup because he's the best defensive tackle that we've had so far at this point in Ultimate Team. Now, looking at our current season, we're 1-0. We need to win 2 more games to avoid a level demotion, 6 wins for a playoff berth, and 8 wins to go ahead and get that first round bye. So, kicking off our first gameplay of the day here, we're playing home, Broncos Stadium. We're receiving the ball at the start of this game, and we're looking to see if we can come out strong with Walter Payton in the backfield, seeing what he can do. So 1st and 10, we're going with the passing play. It's directed to Walter Payton. And look at this guy, already making an impact. I think he just broke like 4 tackles on that first play of the game. So a 2nd and 1. We go to T.Y. Hilton, another new player we also got in our last pack opening. He's at the number 4 position for wide receivers on our team. 1st and 10, decided to go with the wide receiver screen to Keenan Allen. He's able to go forward and pick up about 6 yards on that reception. So far, offense is coming out, doing a good job. 3rd and 5, looking to move the chains, keep this drive alive. We go to Keenan Allen once again, but unfortunately, he was short of the 1st down. But I decided to come out strong into this game and go for it on 4th down. And as you guys can see, Walter Payton made a statement on 4th and 2. We went with the toss play. I knew my opponent probably thought I was just going to try and dive it right up the middle to get the 1st down. I went with the toss play to the outside, and that 95 speed that Walter Payton has came in handy, and we go up 7-0 very early on into this game. So my opponent now is receiving the ball. You guys can see, I believe that is Percy Harvin who is actually receiving the kick, and he was breaking a couple tackles there. Was getting a little bit scared, thought he was going to return that for a big return. So 1st and 10 for my opponent. He's got Tony Romo at his quarterback position. He's also got Adrian Peterson back there in the backfield. I also believe that he had Antonio Brown and Calvin Johnson at his receiver position. So, I mean, as you guys can see already early on in this game, Calvin Johnson is making his presence known by getting a ridiculous reception. 1st and goal for my opponent, however, Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie comes up big, finally makes a play for my team on defense. Then wait for this guy to finally break out and do something. And he comes up with a big red zone stop for my opponent after letting up a ridiculous reception on Calvin Johnson. Now, 2nd and 10. Man strikes back. Walter Payton, 81-yard rushing touchdown. And I mean, it's just unfair with this guy. His speed, the way that he just cuts on a dime every single direction that you turn. The guy is just incredible. And I mean, he's probably the best player that I've ever played with in Ultimate Team, including last year. And so far, I'm just loving this Walter Payton card. So my opponent now is down 14-0 on in this game. He's going to John Kuhn, his fullback, on a 1st and 10, trying to get some points onto the board. But I'm looking to go ahead and force a rage quit, as you guys already know, end this game early. So in a 2nd and 3, Tony Romo decides to take it himself. He gets a 9-yard rush on that. 2nd and 5, Romo is scanning the field. He goes to Calvin Johnson. Once again, Michael Kendricks is there to lay the boom, let Calvin Johnson know that his presence is known. 2nd and 2, he goes to Jimmy Graham on the streak route. This guy's breaking a couple tackles as well, and he's going down and putting my opponent in some good range. 10-yard line now for my opponent. Tony Romo is looking to scan the field, but DeAndre Levy comes up with a big sack, and it is now a 3rd and 19 for my opponent. So I knew he was going to his tight end, Jimmy Graham. I was locked on with him, following him step by step with Michael Kendricks. And as you guys can see, my opponent settled for the field goal, so it is now a 3-14 game. But you know what? I've got 3 timeouts. Now we have 14 seconds left. I'm looking to go down and see if we can maybe get a field goal and maintain our 14-point lead. So we're lobbing this one up deep to Keenan Allen. And finally, something goes my way when I throw the ball deep in Madden, and I'm finally getting the reception, and instead it's not happening to me. So, just like that, we were put in field goal range thanks to Keenan Allen, and we maintained that 14-point lead, and we got ourselves that field goal. So, Into the second half now, you guys can see DeAndre Levy getting his second sack of the game. 2nd and 18 for my opponent. Romo is scanning the field.
Gotcha, bitch.
And Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie gets his second interception of this game. And we're already in great field position. But of course, as you guys already know, your peer has conceded the game. He had enough. He was down. Just turned the ball over. And just like that, we win our first game of this episode. And we are now 2-0 on the season. So we are jumping into the second gameplay of this episode. And we are playing back at our old team as what we were originally suited up as when we first started Ultimate Team. Playing against the Baltimore Ravens, my home team. And we got to come back to our old stadium and make sure that we make a statement. So, 1st and 10. We're going to the man, Walter Payton. He's on his first rush, gets 18 yards. A good start. Couple plays later on a 3rd and 15. Obvious passing play situation that we have to go with here, but unfortunately, Bruce Irvin comes up with the big sack. And just like that, our first possession comes to an end. But, as you guys can see, I had a pretty good punt. And my opponent is backed up all the way on his own 3-yard line. So, starting off, he's trying to rush with Todd Gurley, trying to get some breathing room back there. Doesn't get any yards on that rush. No huddle, 2nd and 10. Play action, and there you have it. I come up big with the blitz with Michael Kendricks, go right to the quarterback, Derek Carr, end up sacking him, and we get the 2 points for the safety, and we just like that have the lead in this ball game. So, my opponent had to pump me the ball back because that's what you do after a safety. And offense, again, cannot get anything going for us so far in this game. So we had to give it back to my opponent. He actually had good field position, but the same story for him. Offense, 0-3 for Derek Carr so far in this game. And just like that, we have the ball back. So far in this game, man, both of our offenses have not done anything whatsoever. We really haven't been able to do anything at all. So we're trying to get things going with Walter Payton here. He's the star on our offense, so we've got to get this guy going. Hopefully he can get a couple yards going for him, but he's only got 6 rushes for 21 yards. Nothing for him. 3rd and 5. And again, we are getting taken down for another sack. Offense is failing to convert once again. So now my opponent, you can see he's on a 3rd down. He's a 3rd and 6 for him. Derek Carr all the day in pocket. He's looking deep. I believe that is to Amari Cooper.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's ridiculous, man. I don't know why it happens, but all the time people throw prayers up against me and they complete them. No matter who I have back there. Doesn't matter if I have 3 safeties and 3 quarterbacks on the same receiver. They're going to complete it no matter what. It's ridiculous, man. But you know what? We've got to come back out on offense and start making some plays. So we're going to Travis Kelce on the play action for the first play. He gets a nice set of yards. 1st and 10. We're going with a screenplay to Walter Payton. There's a bunch of traffic in front of him. He does 2 spin moves. And just like that, Walter Payton somehow was able to break his way out of that mess. He danced his way out of that, basically. You saw him put on 2 spin moves. And just like that, we have the touchdown. And we're about to go up into this game. So you guys just saw my opponent drawing the offsides penalty. Don't know why he did it. So that puts us at the 1-yard line. So why wouldn't I go for the 2 points here and make it a 3-point game? So just like that, a 10-7 ball game we've got right now. 2nd quarter, there's 1 minute left. My opponent is trying to go with the screenplay. But you aren't getting screenplays against me. I always look for them every single time the ball is snapped. So my opponent's going with the no huddle. I noticed he didn't really change anything. And he just flipped the same screenplay to the other side of the field. And again, I mean, it didn't work for you just before. Why would it work again? So when going no huddle once again, 4th and 9 for my opponent now. Looks like he's actually changing the play this time. He's actually going with the passing play. He looks to his receiver. And that actually hits Dontari Poe smack in the face and saved us from a 1st down. I mean, he was pretty much wide open. He would have easily had that completion there and probably the 1st down, but it hit Dontari Poe right in the center of the face. But as you guys can see, finally, a deep pass goes my way to DeAndre Hopkins, our new receiver. He comes up with a big catch. We call a timeout, and we earn ourselves 3 points before we go into the half of this game. So far, 13-7 game. We came out back on offense, and we started doing some work. We got some points on the board, and now we're into the second half of this game. And my opponent is starting with the ball in the second half. So, again, going with another screenplay. Don't know why. I am locking that down perfectly. I mean, I don't really know why he's continuing to call these screenplays. They haven't worked for him once this game, so don't know why he keeps resorting to them. But no huddle once again, 4th and 10, and this time it is Roy Williams coming up with the big play. He swats that ball directly out of the air, and it is a turnover on downs for my opponent. And we are starting with some pretty good field position right now. So 3rd and 3, we find Keenan Allen right across the middle of the field for a nice little 6-yard reception. 1st and 10, I don't see anybody open, so I'm going to take this one myself with John Elway. He takes a pretty big hit, but thankfully he held onto the ball. 3rd and 1 now, and this might have been a little bit of a savage move right here, but I decided to go with the fake hike. It actually worked for us. I got the first down. It put us on the 2-yard line, just a little bit closer. Lorenzo Neal right up the gut for the touchdown. The game gets paused, and you guys already know what is coming. Your peer has conceded the game, and just like that, this ended the episode 3-0 on the season. Now we avoided the level demotion, so looking forward to the rest of this season. So far, this team has been playing spectacular for me. They're definitely playing up to expectation. All these new legends I brought into the team last episode, they're playing absolutely great, forcing a bunch of rage quits. But you guys, my college semester is over now. These Ultimate Team episodes, they're going to be getting pumped out a lot faster. I promise you guys. Next episode, I got a good pickup. I've already got it working right now. The episode is in the making, so be on the lookout for that. But thank you guys so much for all the support. You guys are the absolute best. If you guys are new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And I guess I will catch you all in the next one. Peace out, guys.